Hey everyone, it's Astra, and this is not going to be a serious video. This is actually going to be kind of a fun video. Now, I don't know. The story behind this is that I was looking on the internet, and I'm interested in psychology, right? I've talked about psychological tests in particular on this channel. And I've always known that I've had kind of a unique mind due to autism spectrum disorder. And I didn't think too much of it, associating different wine colors with different types of the day, or different times of the day, or associating months with color, or associating smells in the air with, like, snacks of some sort. I've never thought of it like that, or associating time with, certain settings in video games, or certain, like, sounds with, like, tastes of some sort or whatever. I didn't think much of it because I thought that everyone with autism spectrum, well, not everyone, right? Everyone's autism is different, but a lot of people with autism kind of had these casual associations on a frequent basis. So one day I was looking online at, like, watch data, which is a YouTube channel. And, I don't take their videos too seriously, right? Like, I think a lot of them are kind of, I won't say much on it, but I don't really believe it. And I saw something about synesthesia. Is that how you pronounce it? And how it's prevalent in about 4% of the population, the general population, 2 to 4%. And so I'm thinking, well, I have a unique mind. Now, at the time, I didn't actually know of any other synesthesias besides smelling color, like smelling different colors. And no, this is not drugs. I didn't know, right? But I thought, okay, well, maybe I can't smell colors in the sense that I smell my wall that's, gray or whatever, and I can associate it with clouds, for example. That's not really how it works. It's kind of like, I don't know, certain smells in the air, for example, remind me of certain colors. Like, I don't know, chlorine reminds me of, like, blue because of the swimming pools and stuff, even though swimming pools are not blue because water's not blue. It's just blue appearing. I took the synesthesia battery online on July 3rd, 2026, and I just selected, okay, well, this sounds like it applies to me. I selected several types, and I completed the test. I did, like, the color wheel with the months or whatever, and it was easy for me, because I always associated certain months with certain colors. And it was just easy. Like, okay, yeah, this is always how I thought of January. This is always how I thought of November. And I didn't lie. I didn't exaggerate anything. There were some sections where I put 1. Like, no, I don't associate well with, like, I'm not able to do this well. Like, 1 to 5 on how good you can do something. Right? I didn't exaggerate. I didn't put 5 on everything. I know that this test was made by neuroscientists, and I know that it uses complex algorithms to sort out kind of who's a fraud and who's not, so to speak. And I didn't think much of it, because when I took it on July 3rd, I got 10 synesthesias, or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm so new to this community, I don't know much about it. And then I just decided, well, you know what? I can think of more. I can think of more. Like, for example, sound to taste is not on here. But for example, I always used to, or maybe vision to taste, but no, not sound to taste. When I was a kid, I used to think of Roblox. I used to think of gun reloading sounds on, like, Gary's Mod or Roblox is eating potato chips. Like, the reloading sounds. And so I would always go and get Cheetos from the store or whatever. because I got really hungry, or like typing on a computer desk made me really hungry for food, like certain kinds of crispy or crunchy foods. And so I never thought that, I mean, I knew that, a lot of autistic individuals had the kind of experiences, but I didn't think that polysynesthesia to this amount was rare, so to speak. I don't know. I just didn't think of it. And so today I logged back on because yesterday I was exhausted and I don't think I selected all the ones that I wanted to test for. And I picked a couple others. I didn't pick all of them, right? I know I don't have all of them. I don't know Chinese characteristics or letters. I don't know that. I don't know what the fuck, like, I don't know that language. I don't know anything about it. But, or like perfect music pitch. And they ask you some background questions and everything like that. I think that's part of the algorithm. But I got 13 synesthesias, and yesterday I got 10 when I was exhausted and I took the test on my phone. And what are my thoughts on it? Do I really think that I have 13 of these? No, I don't. I think that would be such an extreme, exceptional anomaly. I looked up, like, how rare is it to have 10? And it's like 1 in thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even rarer. And like there are some on here, even in this image, which I can't test for, which I think I have. I don't know. I want to be humble though. I don't know. I don't think like I could just take some battery and I'm one in quadrillions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even really know much about this community, the synesthesia or whatever community. I don't know much about it. And interestingly enough, like one of the stereotypes is like you associate letters or numbers with color or with colors. I don't do that. I put 1 on that. Like I don't think of the letter A as red, because of apple, for example. Like I just made that up as an example, right? I don't think of it like that. So, I mean, there are certain times of the day where, I think of certain foods, like, I don't know, 1 p.m. with Doritos. I think it's because so many times in the past in my life, like, as part of, like, lunch and, like, I don't know, weekends, summer camps, scouting trips, I would have, like, Doritos, for example, at, like, 1 in the afternoon or whatever. I don't know, it's really strange. I always thought of like 4 and 5 p.m. as kind of like intense because of the glow in the sky. Like kind of like a movie scene with like a big fight or whatever. Or like kind of like a finale to the day. I know it differs based on season and like time of the day. But basically, long story short is I know I'm part of this community. I know I'm part of the 2 to 4%. But I don't know really how extreme or how many types I have. I sent it off to a researcher. So as you can see right here, I sent it off to the Max Planck Institute for Psycholinguistics, which I think is a top university in the Netherlands. Now, personally, I actually kind of like the Netherlands, even though I'm a far leftist and I'm against capitalism, and I know the Netherlands is not socialist. It's not a socialist country, regardless of what conservatives say. I don't know. I just kind of like the Netherlands a bit, I guess. But I don't really have anything more to say on it. I looked up some researchers that I could send it to, and I sent it to them. I might send it to more. I don't really know what to expect. I don't really know. I mean, I also sent it on Reddit. So, if you see my post on Reddit, that's me. I don't know. I used to like seek out. I used to like go on T for T and stuff like that on Reddit, which is kind of like cringe. Like if you go to my account, you'll be able to see it. But basically, like, I don't know. If you all in this community could help me, or if anybody knows about this synesthesia, it would be great. I'm not really sure. Now, what is this? This is just red pen. I don't know. When I took a screenshot, I didn't want to take a screenshot from the official site because, I don't know. I didn't want my email address leaked, like my main one. This one that I'm on the Google Docs is not, but yeah. That's basically all I'm going to say. I don't think I have this many. I do think I'm a synesthetic, probably a poly one. Definitely for sure. I mean, some of these are, I don't know. I can relate to all of these, of course, but like, I'm trying to be humble, like, I don't know. It says I have like a good vividness of visual imagery, and then it says my projector associator score is 0.333, which I don't really know what that means. But yeah, on July 3rd, this score was actually 0. So, I don't know. Anyways, let me all know what you think. I guess I'll follow up with more videos depending on what I heard. I think I also contacted the test site owners. I know this test has like very complex algorithms to sort out frauds. This is not like some test you take online and it says, you're one in, I know this was made by neuroscientists and it has a lot of algorithms to sort out frauds, and most people I can find on like Reddit only have 1 or 2 of these. I don't know. I'm trying to be humble. It's just I don't want people to think like this is just some bogus thing, because I know this is like one of the most official online like things you can do. Anyways, that's all. Thank you. Goodbye.